Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome if you're new. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get right into today's video. So for today's video, I'm going to be starting it off very simple. I'm just going to be showing you guys some new products. Some of these are new to me, some of them are like just recently launched on the KIARA website, and then some of them are just like my favorite must-have essentials that I just restocked on. The first thing I did show you guys are two acrylics. They been had those on the website, but they were just two colors that caught my eyes, so I picked those out. I did have to grab some more of these lint-free wipes. These are my favorite lint-free wipes to use. The quality is just amazing. They don't leave any like lint behind. They work really well, and also I like to swatch acrylics on them sometimes. Like they're really like sturdy, and like I don't know, the quality is just like really great. Another essential that I've restocked on are their XXL square nail tips. As you guys know, I use those a lot in my videos. They're perfectly shaped. I love them so much. Something else I grabbed is this Diamond FX acrylic called Gold Touch. I didn't realize until I was done with the video and I was like putting this on my shelf, but I already have that gold acrylic. I don't know how I end up getting two, but clearly I like it if I wanted to grab it a second time without knowing that I already had it the first time. And I will swatch the acrylics after I unbox everything. The next few items are these metallic gold pots, and these are kind of new. Like I said, some of these are just like recently being launched on the website, not necessarily like a brand new launch, but they're kind of like newer on the website, if that makes sense. So I did want to go ahead and pick those out just to have them and try them. I do like when I see other people use them, they look really cute, so I wanted to get them myself. And in the video, I only have the gold and the rose gold because I already have the silver. So here I'm just showing you guys how these look. And I originally wanted to get them as like a trio because on the website you can get all three of them as a bundle. But when I wanted to get them the first time, they were sold out as a bundle, so I only got the silver first, and now I completed that little collection with these two. And these packages have been sitting for a while, and it's been kind of hot in my shed when I'm not in here, so the ingredients and those kind of separated, which you see me just kind of mixing back together and showing you guys what they look like. I really love those as well. I can't wait to see what I'm gonna do with them. And I also wanted to pick out some more of their flex gel because, as you guys know, that's kind of new but not really. It works really good for doing like 3D nail art. The only thing I don't like about it is how small the jars are. Like if you are doing 3D nail art a lot or you use those on clients, you're gonna go through them so fast. So I really wish they would come out with like a bigger size jar or something and make it, you know, just have a lot more in there or something. And then also I had to stock up on my non-wipe top coat. This is definitely one of my favorites to use. It's so smooth and glossy. And then also I had to pick up their velvet top coat. I haven't used it yet, but I cannot wait to do some matte nails using this just to see how it works and how I like it. Another nail essential I wanted to pick up is some more of their EMA monomer because I am running out. And I recently just saw that they have a new size available, like a bigger size that you can get, so that's definitely gonna come in handy if you take clients, or this is like just something you want to make sure that you have enough of and not having to like go and keep buying smaller quantities of it. So I feel like that's really great. The last thing I'm going to show you guys are their new, now this is definitely new, I didn't get them for like the launch, but these are definitely new. They have some new pink nitrate gloves, and I'm so excited because I love to use gloves like whenever I'm unboxing stuff, or you know, just so that the products doesn't get on my hands. And I was so excited. I seen Nails by Lindsay post these when she had like the really long stiletto nails and they didn't even poke through the glove. I was so excited to try these out. And I do love how they feel. Like you can literally tell that the quality of these gloves are good because like I don't know, they just feel different from other gloves that I've tried, and I really like them. And of course I love the color of them, and I am curious to see if they come out with different colors of gloves because I would love some really like purple, like a lilac shade, or maybe like a really light sky blue. But I definitely can get why they picked pink because pink is just like the KIARA sky colors, so that's pretty understandable as well. And I really end up liking these gloves. Like the quality just feels really great. So I did put some on the other hand, and now I'm gonna swatch out these acrylics for you guys just so that you can see how they look and how they swatch. Whenever I'm picking out new acrylics to use and try, I feel like I'm always picking out something that's gonna be a really good base. Like, it's rare that I pick out like brightly colored theme color acrylics, but when it comes to like covers and nudes and stuff, I'm all for, because I just love a good base application with some nail art on top. So that's kind of what I went for when picking out the first two acrylics I'm gonna swatch. And then the last one, which is part of the Diamond FX collection, I just kind of wanted something that's like really nice and bold, but like still, you know, not too much. You can use it for a base color if you want, or you can use it for ombres, any type of designs and stuff. So yeah, that's why I picked that one out. And I kind of wish I looked at my KIARA Sky collection before I picked that out, because now I have two of them. Whenever I do pick out two of the same products, I do put back the second one that I picked out so I can include it into a giveaway. So yeah, I'm not mad about that. But next time I will be a little bit more careful when I'm picking products out. But I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and watch the rest of these swatches, and then we'll get into my nails. So this is what all of these swatches look like. I think they look really good. I love the middle one because I didn't expect it to have some shimmers in it. I don't know what I was thinking, but on the website I think it did look a little bit different, but I like it even more now. And also I did take some top coat and just go over all of these swatches just so that I can see how they look glossy. Because most likely I will be using glossy top coat on these whenever I use them. So yeah, I did go ahead and apply some top coat and cured them for 30 seconds, and this is what they look like. I did turn off my overhead lights, my ring lights and stuff, so that you guys can see how the third glitter looks under direct flash, and it is just so gorgeous. I love their Diamond FX collection. They do have powders and gel polishes, so if you're not one to use acrylic, you can pick out some from their gel collection or vice versa. For me, honestly, I want the gels and the acrylic powders. Like, I just want all of them, but I am slowly building my collection when it comes to those. Like, I would like to have all of them, honestly. But now that I show all of those products, I do want to say before I get started with my nails that I do have a code with KIARA Sky. If you felt like you want to try out any of these products I showed or anything else from the website, you can use my discount code, which is nails by Key 10, and it will save you 10% off your entire order. Or you can click my direct affiliate link, which is down below in the description box. And without further ado, let's just go ahead and get right into my nails. So as always, I did go ahead and pick out my nail sizes, and I'm going to be applying them using their flash sensor light and some of their step 3 builder gel from their jelly tip kit. I love to apply them this way. I haven't used the KIARA Sky glue in so long, because I have noticed whenever I am using a peel off base, glossy or matte top coat, it's just really hard to apply them using the KIARA Sky glue. So anytime I am using the KIARA Sky nails, I'm always applying them using some type of gel and a curing light. So for my application, I end up using the shade, I think this is Pink Parade, I believe, which kind of threw me off because this powder is not pink at all. But I think it's called Pink Parade. I did love the shimmers in them. Originally, I wanted to use the dark pink shade, which is like a really almost like a sheer candy pink. It's so gorgeous. I wanted to use that and do like some black Frenches, just keep it very simple. But I ended up thinking about how I wanted to use this new not polished color, and it's almost similar to it. And I think I might do something like that using the not polished powder. So I just wanted to do something totally different using the KIARA Sky stuff, just so that I'm not like repeating nail designs, or not doing something too similar. So I ended up going with something very different, and I did decide on using this one. For my application, I didn't like it at all. Like, let me just say, I was just not a really big fan of this application. There's gonna be a lot of times where I like start the nail and then I will go off camera and then it just cuts to the other nail, because I just end up wanting to finish it off camera because it just wasn't laying right, and I was just not loving it at all. But clearly, since I'm doing the voiceover part, I did finish this nail set, and I did stick it out to the end, so you guys will see how this came along. But yeah, I just wasn't really a fan of it. I just felt like the acrylic was drying pretty fast on me for some reason, and it was a really cloudy day, so like it wasn't really hot in my nail area. It was more of like a room temperature, normal temperature, but for some reason I just felt like they were really drying fast on me. So you will see some of them look a little bit bumpy and not really smoothed out, but I just end up filing, of course, filing it even, so that's how I end up fixing it. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that really quick, and I think I'm just gonna let you guys watch the rest of this application. It's not gonna take too long because, like I said, I did end up like finishing some of it off camera and just like skipping to the next nail, so it's not gonna be a lot, but I did want to include the application. So yeah, I'll just leave you guys to it, and then we'll be getting straight into the actual nail art. So after I was done with my index nail, I would have been done, especially trying to like record the application, because with my thumb, I was gonna do that off camera anyway, especially with how this application was going. I definitely would not try to include that. But since I was like really wrapped up and not really liking how the application was turning out, I forgot all about how I wanted to do a glitter ombre on my middle nail. So what I end up doing is, once I allowed the application to dry, I did take my nail drill and just kind of file away like the bottom half of the nail, because I didn't want to go in and try to layer on this and then also have to encapsulate. That just would have made the nail really thick, and I didn't want to have to do that for all of them. So I just end up filing just like the bottom half of that nail to make room as to where my ombre is gonna go, because I am mixing that glitter with acrylic, because this is their sprinkle on glitter, so it's not like an actual glitter acrylic. So I just wanted to make room for the clear and then also make room for me to have to encapsulate this nail. But I really end up loving how the ombre came out. Like, it did put a little bit more stress on me, but I did love how it turned out. And I really love their sprinkle on glitter collection, because you don't have to use that for just like sprinkle on top of a nail set. You can definitely use them for acrylics, or you can encapsulate them just like I'm doing. And I really do like them. They have a lot of different colors, so if you want to check that out, I'll leave this one down below. I think this one is called Periwinkle, and they have so many pretty colors in their sprinkle on collection. So I went ahead and did that, and also I did encapsulate that nail. What I wasn't planning on doing is encapsulating all of my other nails, but I did feel like it would be easier to file a clear acrylic instead of like the actual powder, because when I was like filing like the bottom half of that nail, it was just like really hard to file. So I just went ahead and did a really thin layer of clear over all of my nails and just kind of encapsulated them a little bit. And I shape filed and buff off camera, and this is what they look like. I did my filing off camera like completely, because I just know I had my work cut out for me. So I did do all of that off camera. I think the filing made me like these more, because once I was done with the actual application, I was just so unsatisfied with them that I was gonna pop them off, because I do wear a peel off base, so it would have been so easy for me to just pop them off and then just try again the next day. But after I finished filing, I just really like them. Like, I can see the potential in these, so that's what I did. I stuck it out, and I'm actually glad that I did it, because I love the way this set turned out. So now that I cleanse off my nails using some alcohol and a stiff manicure brush, I am taking out some of these gel liners from KIARA Sky. The black and white gel liners that I'm going to use are part of their glow in the dark collections, and I remember because that was one of my first PRs from KIARA Sky, and I was so happy. I remember because it was around Halloween, or like a little bit before that, so I was able to use them for Halloween, and that was just such a happy time. Like, I was just so excited to finally get my first PR from KIARA Sky. But yeah, I remember those. That's from their glow in the dark collections, and the blue is from their pastel gel liners. So I will have those collections linked down below, as well as these gel polishes or gel liners individually. And I really like these for doing this type of nail art, because as you guys see, it didn't take me long at all. It was like really nice and clean, and I didn't have to keep going back in the bottle like trying to coat my brush. For some type of nail art, like more smaller intricate nail art, I don't like to use these, because I feel like the gels is just like really runny. But for bigger spaces like this, definitely one of my favorite gels to use, because as you guys can see, the brush holds a lot of gel polish, and whenever I'm like swiping over the nail, the more pressure I add to it, it just makes like the brush flare out a little bit so that it covers like more areas. So whenever it comes to like doing French tips or like stuff like this, I love to grab these liners whenever I can, and I really love how the nail art turned out. For this nail design, I do want to give credit where it's due. I did not come up with this design myself. I did see this design on Pinterest, and the backstory behind why I decided to create these is because, for one, like I was mentioning like before, I wanted to use that dark pink acrylic, but I am going to do something similar using a not polished acrylic, so I didn't want to like do something too similar using both those colors. So I end up using this nude shimmery base. And when I was looking for some inspo, I did see this like cute glam cow print design, and on my board I have like this list of ideas for like if I don't have any PR, or like I just don't know what to do. I have like this list of ideas, And I do have a glam cow print design up there, so I wanted to do one for the longest time, but I just, never really got around to it. And when I saw this design, like, it had the glamorous feel to it and the cow print how I wanted, and it was honestly kind of similar to what I was like envisioning when I wanted to do a glam cow set. And also the bases were like very similar, the color I decided to use from KIARA Sky and the base she had on her nails. So I was just like, why not just go ahead and create or recreate this design? So that's pretty much what I'm doing. Of course, I will pop up a picture so that you guys can see it. And so that's pretty much what I'm gonna be doing. I really liked how the set turned out. And the nail art, I feel like the nail art was just so easy for me. I don't know if it was because of these liners or because I was so happy to like finally do it. And I don't know, I was just really confident that this nail art was gonna turn out good. So I don't know if that's what made me like it more or if it was just because it was so easy. But I definitely love, this was my favorite part of the entire design. I'm going to be taking that black gel, I put some onto my nail palette, and taking a nice size dotting tool. I'm just going to do some cow print on like my little white areas, my wobbly French style nails. And I'm pretty much just gonna let you guys watch how the rest of this set come together because I don't want to have to keep like just explaining the most simplest thing. So I will just go ahead, be quiet and let you guys watch the rest of this. I will come back though whenever I start to do my 3D nail art because that was just also something else I really liked about it, and I kind of want to explain something or just talk about it a little bit. So yeah, I'll come back whenever I start to do my 3D flowers. So for my 3D flowers, I am going to use the KIARA Sky Pure White acrylic, and I'm also getting the chance to finally use my 3D brush that I got from my Temu nail haul, and I actually really did love this brush. It works really great. I'm also adding a few drops of their monomer enhancer because since I am doing 3D flowers, I want the monomer to make the acrylic set up a little bit faster, so I'm not waiting forever for it to set up before placing it, because whenever you are working with acrylic doing 3D nail art or flowers, you don't want it to be super runny because you're just gonna have a hard time like trying to chase it and get it to set in place. So I did add a few drops, stir it up a little bit. And before I go in with my 3D flower petals, I am going to add a charm in the center of my nail, and then I'm going to be placing my flowers around that. So once I got that flash cured in place, I'm going to be starting with my first bead and placing it at the bottom. Before I place it on my nail, I do wait for it to set a little bit, because if not, I feel like it's just going to be like really wet and powdery. So I wait for it to sit on my brush, and then once I see that it looks smooth, that it polymerized, I do go ahead and place it down. I place it a little bit away from where I want it to actually be, so that way it's not like flooding into that rhinestone or like not flooding into the other petals. And the monomer enhancer really helps because I don't have to take super long with these flowers. Like once I basically shape it out how I like, I just go straight on to the next because I just know it's not going to run or mess up or anything while I'm dealing with the other petals. So that really helped. If you don't have the monomer enhancer, or if you just want something that works basically the same at home, you can just add a few drops of acetone into the monomer, and that also will help. I did that same petal shape on the other side. I didn't really like it for the top though, because I feel like since the rhinestone was like a little bit bigger, it just kind of touched it and it made like this shape a little off. But once I put on my other petals, it's gonna look a whole lot better and more complete. And I do have this sped up quite a bit, so I am placing these beads and patting these out slower than how you actually are seeing them. Even after adding the monomer enhancer, I did still have to wait a little bit. So definitely, if you are doing 3D flowers using acrylic, you have to be patient. But doing these was definitely an experience. I think this brush also made it easier. This brush worked really good for doing these 3D petals, and I really enjoyed it. Once I finish the first side, I'm gonna go ahead and continue that over to the other side until I have 3 petals filling in that empty spot. So this is what I did to my thumb off camera. I didn't want it to take up too much time in the video, so I went ahead and did that, and I think they turned out pretty good. So I'm done with the 3D art. I'm done with the nail art. For my first 3 nails, I am gonna go in with top coat and then applying my flowers and rhinestones how I want them to be, so that I don't have to go back and add like some rhinestone glue to apply them. I'm just gonna be placing them into that wet top coat. And I'm going to be curing them one by one because I don't want any of my flowers or rhinestones to move out of place while I'm like trying to do my other nails. So once I'm done with my index, I'm going to wipe my sides, make sure that nothing is on like the side walls of them, and then cure it, move on to my next nail until I complete adding all my flowers where I want them to be. And then also for my 3D flower nails, I'm going to try my best to get around them. I know you guys know that I don't like to try to go around like stuff like that, but I didn't apply my top coat before adding all my 3D flowers because I noticed I have done 3D flowers in the past and I tried to like have a little cheat code placing on my top coat first, but it doesn't feel the same. It doesn't for me it doesn't apply the same when I'm trying to do 3D flower petals on top of like a glossy top coat. So I just went ahead and did them over like freshly buff nails, and they did attach better and stuff like that, so that's why I didn't go in first with it. But I'm going to be adding on my top coat, curing out my rhinestones, and adding on my decorations, top coating my flower nails. And then once I finish, I'm going to be back to show you guys how the finished set looks. And for the rest of this, I'm going to stop talking and let you guys watch how the rest of this turned out. So I did go ahead and apply some cuticle oil to re-nourish my cuticles, and that cuticle oil smells so good. It is the rose scented from KIARA Sky. Definitely you need it if you don't have it. But once I finished rubbing that in to re-nourish my cuticles, this is how the finished set turned out. And I'm just so in love with it. I know I did have some problems like with my application and stuff. I didn't really like it at all, but I'm so glad that I stuck it out to the end to finish recreating this design from Pinterest. I love everything about it. I did notice that the blue glitter didn't really match the blue gel polish like in some lighting, but you know, that's okay. I still love how this turned out. I think my favorite things about this is my pinky and my index nail, like how the little swirl is, like the white parts, and then a cow print. I think that is just so gorgeous. And I also love how my 3D petals turned out on my thumb. They're just so freaking cute. For the past week, it's been like really rainy and cloudy, so I didn't think I was gonna be able to catch some natural sunlight, but I did. So this is how they look, and I really love how the glitter looks in natural sunlight. I just love the way it looks encapsulated. So yeah, I really did enjoy this video. I'm so glad that I stuck it out to the end. Don't forget that you can use my discount code for anything on the KIARA Sky website. Let me know what you thought about today's set. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.